Oh, that never happened before. Interesting. Okay. Turn on my mic. Okay, can you all hear me? Okay. All right, perfect. Okay, so let's begin. Just sit quietly, tall and supreme. Close the eyes, bring the attention inward. Nothing to do, nothing to seek. Everything we need is already within. Let's begin with the sound of Om 3 times to attract divine attention. Imagine you are everywhere. Fix your mind on God alone. Rest your thoughts in God alone. And in God you will live hereafter. Of this there is no doubt. May all beings everywhere be happy and free from suffering, and enjoy this practice through our senses. May we acquire a strong desire for liberation from pain and suffering, and may we cherish no ill feelings against one another. Let's do the mantra for purification to purify this space, the grounds, and all the psychic channels within. If you know it, you may chant it along with me. If you don't, just think about the intention of purifying a purification, and you derive all the benefits as though you were doing it perfectly. 3 times. Om pavitraha pavitra sawa vashtanga topi va yaha smrit pandrikaksham sabahya bhyantraha sajihi. Om pavitraha pavitra sawa vashtanga topi va yaha smrit pandrikaksham sabahya bhyantraha sajihi. Om pavitraha pavitra sawa vashtanga topi va yaha smrit pandrikaksham sabahya bhyantraha sajihi. Let's come to standing. So we're going to start off with charging breathing in order to charge the body. Bring the arms up, the palms facing in, the feet about 10 inches apart. Inhale from the soles of feet right up to the fingertips. Imagine you're drawing the earth chart right up through the body. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Hold the attention and the breath at the fingertips. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Exhale all the way back down through the body. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Inhale, bring the energy up. Visualize it running right through the body, charging it up. Now hold the attention at the fingertips, hold the breath. 5, 6, exhale all the way back down. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Inhale, bring the energy right up again with the breath, right up to the fingertips. Now hold at the fingertips, suspend the breath. Exhale all the way back down. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Feel infused with the earth's charge. And then bring the arms down and let's continue with some warm-ups to prepare the body. Imagine you're the witness watching the body moving by itself. Start to slowly roll the head in circles. Try to touch the ears to the shoulders, the chin to the chest as it comes across the front, from the back of the head to the top of the back. Moving gracefully as always. And then turn the head in the other direction. Good. Keep the passage for the breath always free. Good. And now roll the shoulders backwards. Try to make the circles as large as possible. Feel as though the shoulder blades are the wings of the heart. And then bring the arms into the movement like they're the great wings of a butterfly. And then switch the direction of rotation, roll the shoulders forward. The upper back widening. And then add in the arms. Good. Now left arm comes up, inhale, reach up, exhale, bend to the right. Inhale, come back up. Exhale, lean, try to keep the fold out of the right side of the body. Stretch the left side, coming up, and then lean to the right. Inhale, come up. Exhale, hinge. And last time, coming up. Move like a blade of grass blowing in the wind. And then coming back up, take the right arm up, go to left on the exhale. Imagine you have weights attached to the fingers to allow you to go deeper down. And coming back up, according to the condition of the body. And fold. And last time, come up and reach down. And then coming back up. Good. Next one is called Breath of Joy. First 3 movements done on an inhale, last one done on an exhale through the mouth. So it looks like this. Okay, so you can join me, do it with enthusiasm to make it live up to the name. Breath of Joy. Last one, just stay hanging down. On this last one, allow the body to stop bouncing around. And then slowly roll your way back up. Next one, lion's breath. And you know this one, you make a fierce face like a lion when you go down into a squat. You allow your eyes to go wide and your tongue to hang your mouth. So it's good for releasing tension. And just imagine you're a lion pouncing. Last one. And then coming back up. And now shake out the wrists very rapidly. Move the fingers from side to side, like you're shaking water off your hands. And then up and down. Flap the hands like the wings of a hummingbird. Good. Now from here, we're going to just allow the arms hang by the sides and then just allow the body to move from side to side. Shoulders moving, going faster and faster, and then really shaking up. Allow the arms hit the body any which way. And then start to slow it down. And then come back to stillness. Now we're going to loosen up the hip joints. Take your arms out to the side. If you have trouble balancing, you can place your hand on a wall or hold on to something. I'm going to swing the right leg up and back. So try to get your knee right to the shoulder. And the other leg. Left leg. And release. Last one. It's called humility pose. 6 counts come up in total. Halfway up, we lift the heels, we lift the palms up. So inhale, 2, 3. Lift up the heels, turn the palms up. 2, 3. Exhale, slow, come down. Exhale, keep on exhaling as the heels come down. Inhale, 2, 3. Lift up higher. 2, 3. Exhale, 2, 3. Palms down, lower the heels down. Inhale, float up gracefully. Lift up off the heels, come right back up. Exhale, 2, 3. Heels down, palms down. 2, 3. Last one. Inhale, 2, 3. Keep rising up as you inhale right up to the top. Exhale, 2, 3. Palms down, heels drop down. Good. Now we're going to do a few sun salutations and variations. Bring the hands in front of the heart. Close the eyes. Take pause here for a moment. Knowledge is better than practice. Meditation is better than knowledge. Renunciation of the fruits of action is better than meditation. Peace immediately follows such renunciation. These are words taken from the Bhagavad Gita. Let's put that into practice. Imagine this as your divine duty to all beings everywhere. Imagine moving in time with all yogis everywhere now, like a school of fish moving together to stay in the collective mind. Reach the arms up over the head, arch back. Bring the hands back down to the ground, chest on the thighs, hands to the ground flat. Right foot back, lower the knee down, sink down to the seat. Come into high plank. Lower down the knees, bring the seat all the way back behind the heels. 3 times you're going to come forward. Brush your nose to the ground as you come forward into Bhujangasana. Lift the chest, bring the head all the way back, and pull the seat all the way back again. Inhale, smoothly glide between the arms. Come all the way back one last time. Brush the nose to the ground as you come forward, and then raise the head, bring it back towards the seat. Roll over the toes, back into downward facing dog, melt the heart. Right foot steps forward to the hands, sink the seat, knee down, feet together. Uttanasana, forehead to the shins, come all the way up. Bring the hands back to the heart. Reach up again, press the hips forward, lengthen the whole front of the body. Come down gracefully into forward fold. Uttanasana, left foot back into a lunge. Into plank. Bring the knees down, the seat all the way back again. Glide forward gracefully. Make like you're doing a dance. Move fluidly, like you see your body moving in a dream. Coming forward again, into the cobra. All the way back. Last time, come forward. Bhujangasana. Back into Adho Mukha Svanasana. Melt the heart. Left foot steps forward, sink down through the seat. Feet together, chest on the thighs, bend the knees, keep your knees bent if you need to. Head down. Come all the way up to standing. Hands back to the heart. Reach up again. Come down. Right foot back into a lunge. Into the plank. Ashtanga Namaskara, knees, chest, forehead down. And come forward into the cobra. Right back into Adho Mukha Svanasana. Melt the heart between the shoulders. Right foot steps forward to the hands. Lift the gaze as though an offering. Feet together, Uttanasana. Come up. Hands back to the heart. And again, lift up through the heart. Go down. Lose yourself in the sensations. Left foot back. into plank. Watch the body moving by itself. Knees, chest, forehead down. Come forward into the cobra. Adho Mukha Svanasana. Good. Left foot steps forward. Feet together. Bow to the legs. Every movement, a reflection of surrender and humility. Bring the hands back to the heart. Adding on, reach the arms up over the head, hips forward, stretch the whole front of the body. Come down into a forward fold. Bend the knees, chest on your thighs, join the hands behind the back. Extend the chest forward and the crown forward. Exhale, dive down, Uttanasana. Forehead comes towards the shins, seat over the heels. Release the hands, bring the right foot back, lower the knee down, sink down through the seat. Arch the back as you come into Kapiyasana. Bring the arms over the head and reach up and back. Now bring the hands back down, step back into plank. Lower down, Ashtanga Namaskar, knees, chest, forehead down. Right through into Cobra. And downward facing dog. Right foot again, steps to the hands, back knee down. Kapiyasana, reach the arms up and back. Stretch the whole front of the body. And bring the hands down, step the feet back together, chest on the thighs. Join the hands, extend, and dive down. Release the hands, bring them over the head. Pranamāsana. And again, don't worry too much about the breath. Just move the body in a way that allows the breath to remain steady and uniform. Hands behind the back, extend, and then dive down. Lower the hands to the ground, left foot back, lower the knee down. Reach up, Kapiyasana, crescent moon shape with the body. And then bring the hands back down, step back into plank, lower down. Glide through between the arms. All the movements, all the transitions seamless. Bring the seat up and back, Adho Mukha Svanasana. Left foot forward, back knee down. Reach up and back. All the while, the mind set never changes. Like the witness watching, make the experience as pleasant as possible for the observer. Extend through the head and then lower the head down towards the ground. Pull the arms over the head. Release the arms, come all the way up to standing. And return home. Another variation. Reach up and back. Bring the hands down in front of the feet. Now from here, you can see you can lift up 3 times. So if you don't want to lift up, you can just lift your heels and come back down. If you want, push into the hands. Bring your seat up over the wrists. Come up 3 times, land quietly. 4th time, extend the legs, and the elbows back into Chaturanga. Good. And through to upward facing dog. Pull the shoulders back, bring the chest forward in front of the arms. Bring the head back. Imagine you're howling at the moon like the wolf. Just try to imagine a life form in your mind and make your body represent that the best that you can. Back into Adho Mukha Svanasana. So here, just bend, just sort of sink the chest towards the ground, the belly towards the thigh. If you can, bring the top of the head to the ground. You can rest your head on the ground if you like. Push the belly towards the thighs. The head drops below the arms. Make the dog stretching its back. Now lift the heels, bend the knees. Again, you have the option here to come up 3 times. Keep your chest at your thighs. Really grip with your fingertips and your finger pads. Float up. Last time, you can bring your feet between your hands. Hopping or walking. Good. Fold the body down onto the legs. Come all the way up to standing. Hasta Uttanasana. Bring the hands back to the heart. Bury your mind deep in the heart. Watch the body move with more steadiness and ease. Make it an offering. Hands down. Again, if you like, come up 3 times. So imagine you're gazing right down into the core of the earth. Stay strong through the arms as you lift up. Imagine hugging newspapers underneath your arms. Lift the legs up. Extend the back into Chaturanga. That's it. Through to upward facing dog again. Push the chest forward, shoulders back. Try not to create any folds in the lower back or the back of the neck. Lengthen. Back into Adho Mukha Savasana. Soften the line in the back. Melt the heart, melt in every sense of the word as well. Mentally, emotionally, physically. Lift the heels, bend the knees, chest on your thighs. Again, come up 3 times. If you need to, you can walk your feet a little bit closer to your hands first, so you can get a little bit more height. You really want to push into the roots of your fingers and the finger pads. Bring your feet to the hands. 4th time, fold the body down onto the legs. Come all the way up to standing. Reach up and back. Hands back to the heart. 2 more Surya Namaskars on your own, any variation you like. Be creative, watch the body moving gracefully. Keep on imagining you're the witness watching the body. You can get as fancy as you like, or keep it simple as you like. Use your imagination to find beautiful forms and shapes. Good. Once you arrive back, just remain still. Inhale deeply. Exhale. Let go of all attachments to the results, all expectations. It's the effort that counts the most. And release. So now we're going to do some flows, balancing posture flow. So we're going to start off with in Ballet Pose. Press down to the left foot. We're standing on that first. Bring the right knee up. Hold the heel from behind. And then extend the leg up. If you're very flexible, try to pull your foot closer to the head. Lean a little bit to the left so your leg comes up higher. If you've got quite a bit of flexibility, you can even take your foot in your left hand. Extend the arm. So again, move according to your condition. This is all options. That's it. Beautiful. Nice, Emily. All right. Now from here, bring the foot across to the front. So the foot is about the height of the knee. Sink down to the seat. Extend the arms out. And then bring your hands one on top of the other. So this is called Natarajasana, dancing Shiva. Try to get your elbows to the same height, your fingers pointing straight down. If it's too much, you can bring your leg on your thigh. Good. Now from here, stand more upright. If you have a lotus, you can bring your foot into your lotus at the hip crease. If not, you can just allow your leg to just come across the shin like the thigh, like number 4. Hands to the heart and bring your arms up, tree pose. Extend up. Imagine you're growing towards the sun. So you can take your arms into any position you like. Good. Nice. Do this way as you can see. Now we're going to come down into Uttanasana. Keep your foot where it is. Fold the body down onto the leg. Press the belly against the thigh. Here, come up halfway. You have a few options. You can stay here if you like, or you can slip your foot out. If your foot's not lotus, you can hook your toes around the outside of the left shoulder, rest the shin on the right arm, come into flying crow. Okay, so that's one option. If you have a handstand practice, if you want to try coming to upside down tree, place your hands on either side of the foot. Now really push the foot into the hip crease and come upside down. Okay, so you just lift up your heel and just shift your weight, try to have your shoulders over the fingertips. So just come up. If you make it up, you can see if you can come into your full lotus. So again, just do what you like. You can just still hang out here if you like. Okay. Good. If you're trying to come into handstand, try to have your foot close to your hands before you come up. You'll come up a little bit more easily. Right, we're going to start to make our way back up now. So lift your head and come back up. Release the foot. Release the arms, take a moment, close the eyes. Just imagine yourself going through the sequence with complete ease. And see if your body will obey. On the other foot now. Standing on your right foot now, bring your left foot up. Left knee, take hold of the heel. Ballet pose. If you're tight in the hamstrings, you can just keep your knee like this, right? Otherwise, you can take other variations. If you're very flexible, you can take your foot in your right hand, and then extend the arm out to this side. Yes, beautiful. And now we're going to come down, bring the legs so it's level with the ground, bend the standing leg, dancing Shiva. Arms out to the side, left wrist on top of the right. Now take a look at your elbows, make sure they're not dropping down. Keep your elbows level with one another. Good, now push into your standing foot. Pull the foot right into the hip crease if you have a lotus, or you can do a regular tree or just have your leg across your thigh. And then come into your tree. If you have good balance, you can look up. You can take your arms into whatever expression in the branches you want to see in your mind. So embody abundance in all the offerings that the tree gives. The fruits, the shade, the oxygen. Bring your hands back to the heart. Start to come down. Uttanasana. Fold the body down onto the legs. Bend your knee if you need to. Bring your chest on your thigh. All good. Move according to your condition. And then if you like, you can try any kind of arm balance. If you want to, the flying crow again. You want to tuck your leg right at the top of the arms. So underneath the arms, if you're doing a flying crow. Make sure your toes are close to the shoulders so they don't slip out. If you want to do your lotus, again, really pull the foot into the hip crease, press it hard there so it helps you engage in Mula Bandha. And then come up. If you're up, you can try to come into your lotus, full lotus. That's the idea. Good, nice work. Yeah. Okay, now we're going to start to come back up. Press into the right foot. And release. Breathe in. Breathe out. Next sequence. Starting off at the back of the mat, starting with Warrior 3. Raise your arms over the head like you're brandishing your sword. Step your left foot forward. Hinge at the hips. Imagine you're charging forward. Make your body flat like you're lying on the table. Then we're going to swim the arms behind, interlace the fingers, come into toppling tree. So you bring your belly towards your thigh, bend the standing leg if you need to get a little bit more weight in the foot to keep you steady. Raise your right foot up higher than the head if you can. If you need to bring your fingertips to the ground, go ahead. And now bend the knee. Release the arms, hummingbird. So think of a hummingbird, they're very small. Make your body more compact. Bring your head closer to the ground. You can stay here, or again, you can come if you're really into arm balances, you can try to come into handstand. So again, you push your hands down either side of the foot, and you bring the leading leg up. You can try to bring your left foot to your thigh, and then see if you can use the foot to drop the toes on your head. Okay, so again, nice, Sanya, good. That's it, Kyung. Start with your foot a little bit closer to your hands first. Nice, Jack, really nice. Use a wall if you need to, all good. Beautiful, Cliff. All right, come back down. And we're going to press all the way back up. Come into angel pose from here. Take your arms out to the side, press your hips forward, allow your head to come all the way back. Feel as though you're flying. So angels are messengers of God, so just try to reflect that in your pose. You can keep your toes on the ground if you're having trouble balancing. And then release. Step your feet back together to the back end of the mat. And let's begin again. Raise your arms up like you're brandishing your sword. Step forward the right foot. Come down. Straight as an arrow. Body should look like a T shape. Swim your hands behind your back, interlace your fingers, toppling tree. We'll curve your body, bring your chest forward a little bit, your belly towards the thigh. Try to raise your left foot up higher. If you have flexibility in your shoulders, bring them further over your head. Now hummingbird, pull the heel in towards the seat and release the arms, so just on the fly out to the side a little bit, behind the head, behind the back. Transitioning one more. Hands on the ground. You can even just stay on your hands and just lift your heel. If you don't want to come like to the full handstand, no worries. Just shift your weight forward, bring your shoulders over the fingertips. Now really push at the base of your toes. If you want to come up, push off the roots of your toes. That helps keep your legs engaged. If you want, you can bring your right foot to your left thigh and push your toes. Use it to push your toes closer to your head. Okay. Yes, beautiful, everybody. Nice. Awesome. That's it, Miro. Good. All right. Now we're going to get ready to come back up. You're staying on the right foot. Come up and just straighten out the left leg. Take your arms out to the side like you're opening your wings, flying high like an angel. Bring your head back. Expression of abject surrender and devotion. And release. Bring the foot back down. From the heart, breathe up to the space between the eyebrows. Exhale back down to the heart. Remain established in divine love. Kapiyasana sequence. So you can move to the back end of the mat to give you room a little bit. Bring the left foot forward, lower the knee down. Then sink down to the seat, relax the toes. Bring your hands to the seat and pull the seat down and push the rib basket up. Feel as though you're folding the back in half. Allow the head to drop between your shoulders. And then your Kapiyasana. Bring your hands up, hands meet in Kali Mudra. Rock the shoulders back and forth. A little Dharma wiggle here. Reach back, try to make a crescent moon shape with your body. Beautiful. If you're very flexible, can push into the back shin a little bit more, reach all the way back, and see if you can take your foot, and then you have to sink your seat forward again. So you're lengthening your spine. Imagine you're made of elastic bands. Now the option here, bring your fingertips on either side of the hips, bring the foot up towards your head. Some of you might be able to touch, your foot might eventually come right to the head and your head to the foot. If you have good balance, your seat's all the way forward, you can bring your arms up as well. Lose yourself in the pose. Then coming upright, spear pose, Kuntasana. I'm going to change my direction so you can see a little bit better. So you move your knee, your right knee out a little bit to the right, pick up the foot, and see if you can press the foot towards your hip, alongside your hip. Stay upright, your shoulders over the hips. If that's all good, you reach across, take hold of the foot with your left hand, and reach the right arm back. Okay, that's it. Good. Those who are very flexible and have no hamstring issues, you can lift your body up a little bit. Then you might be able to tuck your foot underneath the rib basket and release both hands. It's a nice variation. Good. Now, just allow the foot to just come into the crook of the right arm. Swan, left arm comes to the left side of the head, and you clasp your fingers. You lock your fingers together. I'll do it this way. Look forward. Eventually, you try to push the foot back into the arm so you don't make any sharp angles in your elbows. Think of the neck, swan's neck. No sharp angles, just smooth curves everywhere. Yes, beautiful. To release, pull the foot closer to the shoulder first and allow the foot to come down. Now we're just going to change sides, look forward, and bring the right foot forward. Starting again, Kapiyasana. Prepare first by pulling the feet down and under and lifting the rib basket up. Allow the head to drop back. And then add in the arms. Use the arms to pull the body further, bow the hips. Keep your arms close to the head so your elbows don't bend. Beautiful. Think of the shape of a crescent moon. Radiate your light. Yeah, nice. Beautiful, Kiara. Very, very nice. Awesome. All right. Now we're going to come back upright. Take your left knee a little bit out to the left a little bit more. Pull the foot in alongside the hip. This is all you can manage. It's all good. You can stay there, or you can reach across with your right hand, take the foot, and then extend your left arm. Look beyond your left hand. Kuntasana, spear pose. So straight left arm. And if you're very flexible, you can lift up a little bit, come upright, so you can push down on the foot. Again, be careful, mindful of your knees. Tuck your foot underneath the rib basket, and then you can eventually release both arms. And now release the foot and just allow it to rest in the crook of the left arm. The right arm comes around the right side of the head. Swan. Lock the fingers together and turn your chest up. If this is too much, you can just keep your foot on the ground and just reach back towards the heel, right hand on the knee. Just lengthen the curves along the side of the body. So this is a nice option too. Keep moving according to your condition. Remember what you're offering. Remember what you're transmitting. You don't want to transmit pain or anxiety. And then break the pose. Turn back to the front. Change sides. Left foot forward, right knee down. Come upright. Parivrtta Kuntasana. So the legs are like a box, right arm up, ankle the toe and knee towards the right elbow to the outside of the thigh. You can take your Anjali Mudra here. To start, push the center of the chest towards the thumbs, roll the left shoulder back. If you want to go deeper, you want to take a bind, go ahead, pull the seat back. Make sure your elbows lower than in the space below the knee. You can use a hand to just guide the hand underneath. Left arm comes over the back. If you can, take hold of the left wrist with your right hand or lock your fingers together. Left hip moves back, hand moves forward, roll the left shoulder all the way back. If and when ready, you can take the back knee up off the ground. Push through the back heel, turn your chest and face up. That's it. Now we're going to step the right foot forward towards the left. Keep your left hip high. So bound Alachandrasana. This is a tricky one here. You can look down and see if you can bring the right leg up. If it's too much, if you have the bind, you can always do this with your right hand on the ground and your left arm up like this, more traditional one. Okay, so we can do this one too if you can't stay in the bind. All options. Keep your left hip high, move down, your head down. Step the right foot beside your left. We're going to come up into standing twist here. So push into your right foot, take a half breath in, and bring your left foot up. Left knee up. Okay, if you're here, you can see if you can extend your left leg straight out. Again, option to just take your hand to the outside of the knee, You can bring your left arm back. If you have the flexibility, reach down for the foot and push the foot out in front. Good. Beautiful, everyone. That's it. Just keep trying. If you fall out, just come right back up. And now leave that left leg floating. Turn forward. Bring your hands to the heart. And see if you can lean back like you're lying on your back. If you can take your arms out to the side. Look beyond your toes. Easier to keep your hands at the chest. Gracefully come back up. Good. All right, let's try it on the other side. So just take a deep breath in here, open up your feet, exhale, ragdoll down for a moment. Take a deep breath in, extend the head forward, exhale. Flop like a ragdoll. Just drop all the fatigue out of the body, all the struggles. Let them go. Then plant your hands, move your left knee back, come onto your knee and come up. So again, with your legs like a box, bend the toes under on the left foot, raise the left arm up, go to the right. Sukha Parivrita Parsvakonasana, set up your foundation first. Push the push right hand down to left, get your belly higher than the thigh, and then you have more room to spin. Face is looking up, right shoulder goes back. Other variations, go ahead, do the same way as before. Maybe take a bind, pick the knee up off the ground. And even more important than building a physical foundation is the spiritual foundation. Stay in observance of yama and niyama, the ethical rules. Otherwise, there is no yoga. Beautiful. All right, from here, option to slide your right foot in a little bit more. Try to come into Adha Chandrasana, revolved Adha Chandrasana. So look, keep your right hip pressing up and see if you can raise your left leg up. Take a half breath in before raising the leg. And you can release your hands if you need to. Left hand on the ground, right arm up. And then step the left foot down right beside the right. Push into your left foot, half breath in to come up. And then extend the right leg like it's you're resting on the table. Look behind you if you can. Take your modifications you need to. Hold the outside the knee or the foot with your left hand. Right arm comes back. Always an option. And then look forward. Release the foot. Take your hands to your heart and lean back. Keep your gaze beyond your toes. And then see if you take your arms up to the side. Come back up. Breathe in. Breathe out. Reset. Open up the feet. Inhale, lift through the chest. Exhale. Slump down again like a rag doll. Drop all the fatigue out of the body. Good. Next pose, next sequence, lizard. Move the left foot out a little bit more, slide the right leg back. Hands on the inside of the left foot. Just push back and forth off the toes. Try to get your hips to sink down. And then press one more time through the right knee, right foot, and let the knee come down, flatten out the toes. If you roll to the right a little bit, you might be able to get the right forearm down, especially if your shoulder is lower than the knee. Roll to the left, your left forearm comes down. Extend to the top of the head, fix your gaze like a lizard, it doesn't blink. If you're very flexible, you can bring your chest right down, your shoulder, left shoulder is right on top of the foot. Some of you might be able to take a bind. Your left arm comes around the outside, snakes underneath the left knee, over your back, and your right hand comes around. You can hold your right wrist as your left hand. Make sure your left hip is not open up too much. Point the left side of the seat down. Now feel like a lizard sunning itself on the earth. Soften. Good. Beautiful. Going to come up onto the hands now. Bend the toes under. Few options. Take your left shoulder in behind. And sink your hips. You can see if you can release maybe one hand, maybe both arms. This is an option here. So your arms are flat, like your body's flat like an airplane, your arms out to this side. Or take your fingertips wide. Okay, so this is option one. If you know Visvamiktasana, you can press the left foot flat. You're in the side lunge. Lean more weight on your left hand so you can pick your left leg up. Your left leg is resting on the arm. And then you can extend your left leg. You hold the foot if you have the reach, or just keep your right arm up over the head. Before we get too tired, we're going to bring the hand back down. Some of you might know the Kuntasana, you come forward, resting your belly on your elbows. Some of you might be able to push into your hands, come right up into Pindasana. That's looking a little bit crazy. Another way to get into it is you swing your left leg all the way up and back in one-leg dog, come forward, and then lower your chest between your hands. Walk your knee in a little bit, your right foot in, and from here you can either just stay like this, bring your knee on the ground, and just prop your leg up with your leg, with your right foot, or press into your hands, push up, and you can find your way into Pindasana from here. If you're not familiar with these poses, don't worry about it, just do something else. All right, or rest. All right. That's the idea, Jack. Yeah. Good, Kyung. That's it. Push into your hands a little bit more. Keep your weight on your shoulders so you don't fall forward. That's it. All right, now come down. Rest your forehead on your hands. Breathe in. Breathe out. Soften. Now pick up, bring your hands underneath your shoulders. Come up into table. And then move your right foot on the outside of the hands. Once again, lizard. Push back and forth. And then press the right knee, the left foot further back, lower the knee. See if you can roll to your left, come onto your left forearm, roll back to the right forearm down. Make sure the knee doesn't come away from the shoulder. Keep it close to the shoulder. The knee and the foot in the same line. And if you have the flexibility, you can bring your chest right down onto the ground. Just imagine where the life form is most at ease. And then just bring your body, put yourself in the body of that place, that life form. And then perhaps you'll find the ease as though you were in your own skin. As though the lizard was your own body. Sink down to the seat, drop your seat a little bit more, extend to the crown. Imagine you have weights in your hip pockets. Good. Awesome. Now, getting ready to come back onto your hands. Place your hands where your elbows were. If your forearms are down, lift the back heel. So if you're doing option number one, pull the body back. So you can bring your shoulder in behind the knee. Push with the front of the shoulder, keep pressing to the back heel. Take your arms out to the side, or you can take your fingertips wide like this. Or you can come into Visvamitrasana, back foot flattens. Slow side lunge. Bring weight into your right arm so you can allow your right leg to rest on the top of the arm. And then keep pushing against the back knee so you can extend the leg. If you have the reach, it's easier to take the foot first while it's bent and then pull it out. Yeah, beautiful. And then release the left hand down, turn forward, come on through your toes. Come forward until your elbows are right beside your belly button. Kuntasana. Lift the back leg up if you like. Then if you have the power, push into your hands, especially in your left hand, so you can bring the legs up. Bandhagarandasana. Or take your other options, chest on the floor, knee on the ground. This is a nice one too. Your knee, your shoulders on the ground, your foot is up, your right foot is up, you're propping up your leg with your left foot, and your arms are up off the ground. So lots of different things. Use your creativity to find beautiful forms. Make it an offering, and then it becomes the best of the best. That's it. Nice. Good, Sanya. That's it. Yeah. Good, Kyung. Really push into your hands. Good. And now come back down. Relax. Beautiful Miro. Good. Relax. Forehead on your hands. Breathe in. Breathe out. Soften. And come back onto your hands. Push up into plank and downward facing dog. Adho Mukha Savasana. Going to your left for not your left, going on your left hand and left foot first for Vasisthasana. Slide your left hand more towards your right in front of the nose, spin towards the right, come up into side plank. Keep your hips high. If you need to modify, lower the left knee down on the ground. You want to go further, wild thing. Slide your right toes back alongside the left knee. Keep your hips up like you're doing Urdhva Dhanurasana. Left foot is flat on the ground. Moving in if you need to. Then take your right knee up. If you have the extension, take hold of the foot. If you're having tired there, you can just drop your foot down. Some of you might be able to come right into Urdhva Dhanurasana. Spin on heel your palm, your fingers facing towards the middle of the mat, and you land in Urdhva Dhanurasana. Yeah, nice, Amelie. Beautiful. Kiara, awesome. Same with Patricia, everybody. All right. Now we turn gracefully back. Awesome, Brian. Good. Keep your hips high, your shoulders extend. Don't drop into your shoulder. And then when you're ready, go on the other side. Move your right hand closer to the left. Keep your hips up. Keep your arm extended. Your hands a little bit in front of the shoulder. And work your variations. That's it. Push really hard into that right foot. Keep your hips high. Good. Beautiful, Kyung. Shelly, nice. Really nice. Okay, drop into Urdhva Dhanurasana if you like. Yeah. Everybody's moving together. It's beautiful. Good. And keep strong through the arm as you return to downward facing dog. Same way as you entered, gracefully, like you're doing a dance. Breathe in, breathe out, soften. And just slide your hands, walk them back towards your feet, and then roll your way up slowly, ever so gracefully. Once your head is up, stand in mountain, your arms by your body. From the base of the spine, breathe up to the crown. Imagine you're breathing right up to the summit of the mountain. Exhale back down to the base. Feel steady and strong all throughout. Be solid in your devotion. Step your left foot forward. Reach down with your left fingertips. Chandrasana. Raise a right leg up, and then bring a right arm up as well. Good. Now, if you like, bend your knee. Hold the foot with your right hand. Pull it away from your seat. Look over your right shoulder. It's like you're doing Dharmasana. Now looking down in front, press, bend the standing leg a little bit. Come up into Natarajasana. Okay, if you know Devandasana, you can do that as well. You can pull the foot close to the seat, take the foot in both hands, and come into what looks like a standing bow pose. Try to get your toes on the same height, at the same height as your head. If you're very flexible, you can hold closer to the knee. Devandasana. And then you try to straighten your leg. Come back out and release. And begin again on the other side. Walk your right foot forward, right fingertips down, and then allow the left leg to come up and the left arm to come up. Float into the pose. Like you're in a dream. Watch yourself moving the dream. The movements are always fluid and graceful. Move just like you would see yourself. Yeah. Now, if you like, bend your knee, take hold of the foot, bind the foot. Press the foot away from the seat, look over your left shoulder, try to get your left shoulder back a little bit more. Looking down, roll the left hip down. Half breath in to lighten yourself up so you can float up gracefully like a dancer. If it doesn't happen the way you imagine it, don't worry about it. Have no judgment, just do your best. And here you can do other expressions of the pose. Take hold of the ankle if you like, both hands, and then try to get your foot a little bit further back and up. Or Devandasana. Take the knee closer, take the bind closer to the knee. You can also do this with just one hand. So this is with both hands or with one hand. Pull the heel in towards the seat. Come up to standing. Bring hands back to the heart. Breathe in. Breathe out. Now we're going to face the long edge of the mat. So if you're, depending where you are, just turn towards alongside the mat. Bring your fingertips together. Elbows at the height of the fingers in line with your elbows, and then jump your feet apart. And then press your hands back together in Anjali Mudra. Hero sequence. Inhale from the solar plexus up to the space between the eyebrows. Bring your power all the way up. Exhale back down to solar plexus. Remain established in your power. Easy Chakrasana. So you can walk your feet in a little bit. So toes are on the outside of the mat. Your heels can be on the inside. Bend your knees like you're sitting on a horse. Place your hands on the hips and then pull down on the seat. As you pull down, you push in, press your hips forward. Roll the thighs outwards, roll the shins inwards, allow the head to drop back. If you feel comfortable, walk your hands down the backs of the legs. Maybe you can grip below the knees, roll the thighs outwards, roll the shins inwards. Your thumbs come further through between your legs. If you're more flexible, you can walk your hands down to your heels. One hand at a time, walk your hands back onto your seat, push into seat, pull down at the same time to come back up. Now open up the arms to the side, Prasarita Uttanasana. Hinge forward, come down. You can take hold of the ankles, step on your fingers if you like. Let's see if you can pull your head right between your feet. Imagine you're trying to get your chest behind your legs. Pull the shoulders back. One line eventually from the seat right down to the top of the head. That's it. Make like you're doing a cobra pose, where you push your chest forward, your shoulders back. That's it. Beautiful, everybody. Okay. Inhale, come up halfway. Move your hands in front of your shoulder, just underneath your shoulders. Going in to do a twist here. So reach across with your left hand, hold the right ankle, and bring your right arm up. You can place it on your seat. You can see you can press your hand into your inner left thigh and try to get your right shoulder all the way back. Those who are very flexible, you have to be really careful with your shoulders here. So if you have any shoulder issues, then don't bother, but if you squeeze your shoulder blades, your shoulder blade close to your body, you might be able to eventually walk your right hand all the way down to the foot. Again, this is very intense, so be mindful of your limitations. Release, come back to face forward, go to the other side. Walk the right hand over to the left, take hold of the left ankle or the shin, left arm comes up. You can see you can press the heel of your palm into your right thigh. Pull the left shoulder back, look over your left shoulder. And release. Bring your hands back down in front. Body level with the ground. Option here, if you're very flexible, you can try for side splits. You can walk your feet out until you come down flat. If that's too much, walk your hands forward until you're in a sort of like a plank, lower the knees down. Frog. And then see if you can get your seat down. So try not to have your seat sticking up, curl the tail under. And then this is just as intense. So you can try this one as well. You're very flexible in your Russian splits or your side splits. You can bring your chest down on the ground. Beautiful. Now get ready to come out. Move forward a little bit. Push into your hands and walk your feet back at comfortable distance where you started. Arms out to the side, come all the way up. And again, easy Chakrasana. Push your hands into the seat, hips forward. Imagine you're made elastic. Keep stretching the front of the body until the head comes down lower. When you can see your head, your ground, the ground behind you, you can maybe release one hand at a time, come into your Urdhva Dhanurasana. Those of you who know, as Dharma says, professionals, so if you know how to do this, it's an option. If not, just stay with your easy Chakrasana. You're still offering the best of the best. That's all that matters. Okay, if you're in Uttanasana, one hand at a time, bring your hands back on the backs of the legs, and then walk your hands back up onto the seat. One more time, Pindasana. Take your arms out, interlace your fingers behind the back. Alternatively, if you want, you can do reverse namaste, anything you like here. Or just press your knuckles together. Lift through the chest and come down again. Top of the head to the ground between your feet. Arms over the head. If you feel excited to do so, can go into headstand or Natarajasana. If you know that variation with your hands in front of the head, you can do that one. Your hands are like you're a little bit wider, and then circle your legs up. Otherwise, bring your hands into tripod or through your arms, through your legs. All good. Or stay with your head down and your feet down. And then slowly land your feet back down, but try to land them right beside your head where they started. Engage your core more as you come down, your feet come closer to the ground. So you come down softly. Take your arms out to the side, come all the way up. And we always finish with one last easy Chakrasana. If you're more flexible, you can bring your feet closer together and try that version. Move according to your condition. Make your way back up. Bring your hands back to the heart center. From the heart, inhale back upward. Inhale up to the crown. Exhale back down to the heart. Remain established in divine love. And now bring your feet back together. Roll down. Rest in child's pose for a moment. And when you're ready, whenever you're ready, Shavasana, headstand, any version you like. If you're not comfortable doing a headstand, come into hare pose. Just lift your seat so that your seat is over the knees. Come onto top of the head, maybe more towards the back of the head if it's not too strenuous on your neck. Or come into teddy bear, hands beside your knees, and bring your knees against your elbows and pull your toes away from the ground. This is always an option. Doesn't require too much flexibility. If you know how to get in headstand, don't waste your time. Go up. Good. If you have a lotus, you may come into your lotus, make it look more like a meditation pose. Always moving slowly. Beautiful, Brian. Bring your knees back a little bit more. That's it. Yeah. Nice, Patricia. Beautiful, Amelie. And Sanya. All right. Now, if you like, if your forearms are on the ground, bring your right hand, slide your right hand out, come into tripod with that hand. Come onto your fingertips. So your left arm is still beside your head. Your hand flat on the ground, and then split your legs so your right leg is back behind you. Keep your knees very bent and your feet flexed. And then from here, lean more weight into your left arm. Press your head against the arm and see if you can lift one finger up at a time until you're just on the tip of the finger of the right hand, index finger. Every once in a while, you can see if you can raise the right arm up. Some of you might be able to take hold of the heel. If you have the foot, you have to kind of pull it with your hands so that you can keep yourself in balance. Okay. And then make sure you try it on the other side. So switch your arms around. Your right arm comes beside your head first, and then you slide your left hand out into your tripod. Switch your legs, your left leg goes back. Flex your feet again, keep your feet close to your body so that if you go over, you're close to the ground already. It's not such a big, hard fall. And see if you can come off one finger at a time until you're just on the tip, perhaps, of your index finger. If you want, you can try to release your left hand completely and take hold of your left foot. That's it. Lean more into your arm that's beside your head. Bend your toes back. Flex your feet. This will keep your core engaged. That's it, Cliff. Good. Lean a little bit more to the side of your forearm. That's all right. Good, Kiara. Nice. That's it, Kyung. All right. Just drop your foot a little bit closer to your back, Kyung, and then you'll have your foot. Okay. Yeah. And let's come down gracefully as possible. Child's pose. Breathe in, breathe out. Soften. Now, getting ready for shoulder stand. A few different ways to enter shoulder stand. I'll demonstrate I'll demonstrate one for those of you who are wanting to try it and don't have any shoulder issues. You can try it. Otherwise, you can come up the conventional way or from bridge. Okay, so you bring your arms out like you're doing downward facing dog. Lift your seat and bring your head down between your elbows. And you keep pushing into your arms, walk your feet forward, do it slowly, really keep your chin tucked in so you can land your shoulders. You have to move your shoulders a little bit until you land on the shoulders, and then bring your hands to the back and come up that way. So that's another entry again. If you have any shoulder issues, come up the regular way. With your legs out in front, lift your legs, push into your arms, and lift your seat, bring your hands to the back. Go ahead. Smooth as silk. Try to have a straight line from the toes right down to the chin. Feet together. That's it, Kyung. Nice. Yeah. Good, Jack. How you doing, Brian? Good. All right. If you have a lotus, you always have the option of doing your lotus as usual. And if you're right on the tips of your shoulders, the tops of your shoulders, you can bring your hands to your thighs. Push into your thighs. Try to get your knees higher than your hips. That's it. Beautiful, Miro. Really nice line. Nice, Sanya. Nowhere to go but deeper within, beyond the body, the mind, and the emotions. Nice, Shelley. Now make your way into your Pindasana if you have your lotus. If you know embryo pose, wrap your arms around the legs, join your hands underneath the seat if that's what you like to do, or if you don't want to keep your lotus, come into plow pose or Karnapidasana. Karnapidasana, your knees are right on your shoulders, right beside the head. Withdraw from your senses, go deeper within. Good, Cliff. If you have a lotus, and you can keep your lotus for your fish, come down gracefully. Bring your hands behind your back. No big, heavy landings. No fast drops out of the pose. Gradually. And when your feet or your knees touch down, if you're in lotus, you push into your elbows, lift your chest, bring the top leg to the ground, and then you hold your feet. Scoot your head in, hold your feet, and try to get your elbows and your knees to stay on the ground. If you're doing a regular fish, then keep your legs extended, your hands are underneath your seat, palms down. Now lift your chest as high as you can, like you're trying to beam love out to all beings everywhere. The higher you get your heart, the more reach you have. Option here, you can come into Padma Urdhva Dhanurasana. You need to take your hands beside your head, slide your head and your hands in, or you can even hold the edges of your mat. Pull on the edges of the mat, take a half breath in and lift your head up off the mat. Lower your head back down. Get ready to come out of the pose. Slide your head back down, rest for a moment. Keep your lotus if you can. And then come up to seated position. Okay, so if you're in lotus, you can keep your lotus for Purvottanasana. Fingertips by your hips, and then push into your fingertips, lift your hips, bring your chest up and your head back. You want to do it with your straight legs, all good. Slide your feet in a little bit, push your hips up, chest higher than the shoulders, roll the thighs in so you get your toes flat on the ground. Bring your head back, bust take a breath. Breathe very fast through the nose like a sniffing dog. Tuck the chin in, lower the seat down. Good. Now from here, slide your feet in towards the body, hug your legs tightly to the body. Inhale from the base of the spine right up to the top of the chest. Kumbhaka, hold the breath. Chin on the chest, tongue behind the teeth, the upper palate, third eye attention, contract the root muscles. Mula Bandha, Jalandhara Bandha. Keep the tension in your throat and the root, but keep your face looking calm. Exhale, slowly leak the breath out. Slide your feet forward. Paschimottanasana. If you need to keep your knees bent, then work with that. That's all fine. Raise your arms up and drape your body over your legs. Take hold of the heels. And as you inhale, imagine trying to get your chest beyond your knees. Exhale, pour more weight into legs. Maybe find a bit more release. You get your legs straight on the ground without detaching your body from the legs. Please, by all means, take your attention to the base of the spine. Your attention might trigger a sensation that all the blood is rushing there. You feel a little bit of a throbbing sensation. Good. Reach for the feet. Imagine the top of the head resting right against the top of the feet. Some of you are very close. Jack, awesome. Good. Nice lengthening, Cliff. Keep on pushing your chest forward. Now coming back up. Slide your feet in a little bit. Your soles of your feet are pointing forward. Slip your arms underneath your legs. Hold the outer edges of the feet. Bring your forehead down to the ground. This is a modification for Karnapidasana. Of course, if you know Karnapidasana, you can go ahead and do that. So your arms come right beside your hips. Your feet are just a little bit more shoulder width apart. The heels are no wider than a mat, just on the inside. Slide your feet forward. The legs should be close to the shoulders. If your elbows are free, you may be able to bind your hands over your back. That's it. Now slow down the breath, just like a tortoise has a very long breath cycle. That's why it lives so long. So promote longevity by making your inhales and exhales longer. Now start to make your way back out. Good. Lean to the right. Bring your left leg back. And fold the right leg in, coming into pigeon. But if you can, you try to get your shin more flush with the front of the mat. So heels on the same line as the knee. If it's too much of a stretch, you can pull your heel in a little bit more towards the hip. Okay, so also you know this one from Dharma's classes. You can press your hand into your left foot and try to bring your chest onto your front leg. Reach the right arm out so that the knee is just underneath the shoulder. If you want, you can take your left hand out as well. It's an expression of humility again, humbleness. Keep elongating from the fingertips all the way down to the toes. No expectations, keep practicing, keep trying. Eventually the body will obey, perhaps. Now slide your hands back towards the body. Come up. And then Dharmasana. So you want to bring your right foot out a little bit further so the leg's more than 90 degrees. Your right knee can come a little bit more to the right. Back leg relaxes. Now you orient your chest, and the chest comes right over the middle of the foot. And then you can get your elbow to the sole of the foot. Some of you might be able to get your shoulder in front of the sole of the foot. If you can rest your head in your hands. Left hand comes around over your back, and you can press your left hand into your right thigh. Roll the left shoulder back, roll the left thigh in. So you get a little bit of a twist going on here. If you have your elbow in front of the foot, you can bring your hands in Untitled Mudra and push your chest, center the chest forward towards your thumb, move the left shoulder back. Come back out. Slide your left foot right into the hip crease. So some of you might know this one. It's a variation of Vasisthasana. This is again an option of everything else. Right arm comes around and you bind your big toe with your thumb and your index finger. You'll lock around your thumb. Then you roll over onto your left hip, push into your left edge of the foot, press into your hands and lift your hips, coming into a nice variation of Vasisthasana. If you can't find the foot, you just take your foot, press it flat on your right leg, on your left leg, I should say. And now return your left hand to the ground, coming into downward dog. Extend the right leg up and back, right into Hanumanasana. If you don't make it all the way there, just stop where your foot stops. Bring your hips forward, your shoulders back, over your hips, and then just press through the roots of your toes. Inhale, squeeze your feet towards one another, as though you're trying to squish the mat between your feet. Exhale, release a little bit, and pulse this way until you're all the way down, perhaps. A lot of you know variations here. Go ahead. You can take your arms up if you're flat on the ground. You can take your left foot up. So if you take your foot up, take your elbow close to your shoulder, lift it up behind the shoulder until it's higher than the shoulder, and then press it up. Bring the foot to the head. Lots of different things you can do here. Beautiful. Nice. Be steady. Show your devotion like Hanuman, your courage. Then from here, lean to the right. Bring the left foot forward. Lean to the left. Bring the right leg back. Come again into your pigeon. Your left leg bends so the heel's on the same line as the knee. Push your right hand against the sole of the foot. Square off the hips. Left hip moves in line with the right hip. And then slide forward. So you can get your left hand and come with. Just slide it right forward to the left knee. If you want your right hand to join it, go ahead. Move your left foot in as you need to if it's too much to keep your leg in this position. And think about what you're transmitting. All beings are experiencing this through your body, so make the experience pleasant. And then come back up halfway, Dharmasana. Allow the back leg to relax, pull the foot in a little bit, move your left foot out a little bit further in front, and then direct the center chest right over the middle of the foot. Elbow to the sole of the foot or your shoulder. If you want to get your shoulder in front of the foot, you might need to move your knee back a little bit. Hands in Anjali Mudra, or left hand supports the head as your right hand comes over your back and onto your thigh. Roll the left shoulder back. And then return. Come back up. Slip your foot right close to your right hip. Extend your leg, bend the toes, actually not, don't bend the toes under right away, just bring your left hand around. You're grasping, you're locking your thumb and your index finger around the big toe. Your index finger comes to the inside of the toe. And then you shift onto your left hip, push into outer left, onto your right hip, sorry. Push into your left, outer right foot and lift your hips up. If you can't keep your bind, don't worry about it. Just keep your foot on your thigh if you like, or regular Vasisthasana. And allow your left hand to join the right, turn forward, lift the left leg all the way up, and send the leg right between your hands for Hanumanasana. Work your pose, seat comes forward, press through the base of the toes, engage your legs on the inhale, squeeze your Thigh muscles, exhale. Relax a little bit. Do so mindfully. And then again, take your expressions to show devotion and courage. Embody Hanuman's spirit. Take your right foot up to your head if you like. Bring your hands back down. Slide your left foot back, come into child's pose. Breathe in, breathe out. Slide forward onto your belly. Join your hands over your back. Squeeze your shoulder blades together, engage the buttocks. Lift your chest, lift your legs. Shavasana. Whole body should be singing here. Now bring the feet up. Hold the feet, come into Dharmasana. Keep on breathing, don't hold the breath. From here, bend the heels back down to the seat, let go, come down, relax for a moment. Then exhale, soften. All right, last back bend. You can do a regular cobra or king cobra. Here's another variation you can consider. So you lift up a little bit higher so you can bring your foot in the crook of the elbow, lift your knee up so your foot comes close to the shoulder, and then keep pulling on the leg so you can get your other foot in your other arm, the same way. Okay? Your toes come over your shoulders, pull them forward so you're stretching, you feel the stretch all along the thighs, right to the knees. Now from here, you squeeze your shoulder blades together, and then you plant your hands down beside your chest. Push into your fingertips and lift up. Try to get your knees down on the ground again. And then if you can, push your hands down. Heels your palms down. Again, you can just do normal cobra if you'd rather. That's it, and maybe good. Good, Miro. And then to come back, come forward, your knees come up a little bit, and you release slowly. Breathe in, breathe out. Now come back into seat position, Uttanasana to close it off. So you can keep your left leg extended if you like. If you can't get both sides of the seat to ground down, this is a good option. Your right foot comes the outside of the left leg, toes somewhere close to the ankle. If you can fold the left leg in, go ahead and do so. Make sure you're not sitting on your foot. It's on the outside of the hip. Left arm comes up, right arm behind the back. Take a bind. Or you don't have to take a bind, press your forearm against the right thigh. Push your lower back up and in, turn to the right. Try to imagine this spiraling action going right up from the base of the spine, right up to the base of the brain. Good, sit nice and tall, shoulders back, neck long. Good. Now to come out of it, One way to do it, plant your hands on either side of the hips, pull your left foot in and feels extended, plant your fingertips down, lift your seat, and then spin on your feet, go to the left, spin on your hands and your feet, travel in the same spot, don't travel, just spin on the same spot, and then when you bring your seat down, your left knee is on top, and then go to the left. Make your modifications if you need to. You can extend your right leg. Look over your left shoulder. Eventually your chin will come over the back shoulder. Sit tall. Good. Beautiful lines. Release. Come back into just a seated pose. Spiritual breathing. So sit tall. Bring the arms up, the palms facing up. Elbows higher than the shoulders. Now imagine you're drawing the best of the best universe. Everything you need down into the heart. Inhale, down through the arms into the heart. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Hold the attention, hold everything that you're doing in the heart. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Exhale, keep all that in, but just allow the breath to go back out through the arms. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Inhale again. Feel like your magnet, pulling everything you need, attracting all of it down into the spiritual heart. Holding it all in the spiritual heart, located at the right side of the physical heart. Suspend the breath. Exhale, just the breath out through the arms again. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Last time. Inhale down. Everything that you need into the heart. Visualize it coming in. Holding it all in the heart. Hold the breath. Exhale out through the arms. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Bring the arms down now. Gracefully lower yourself down for Shavasana. Make yourself comfortable. Lie down on your back. Now, prepare yourself mentally by saying to yourself the following sentence 3 times. I will remain awake and alert during the instructions. Now, relaxation begins on now. That's the best that you're about to receive. And you have to do this by just letting go and being receptive to it. Take your attention to the left hand and just allow the hand to go limp. Send a signal to the hand to just relax all parts of it. The fingers droop, back the hand and the palms soften. The wrists completely loose and flimsy. And then start to move your attention to the left arm, starting at the wrist. Start to just relax all the muscles along the lower arm. as though they became like liquid, completely loose. And continue as you go, make your way up the arm, past the elbow joint, which is inactive, up through the upper arm. Allow all the muscles to relax, become like jello. Just extra weight hanging off the bones. The shoulder is completely relaxed, feels heavy, sinking into the ground. Now, trying to bring the attention to the left side, the back. So just like ink colors the water slowly when you inject a pen in the water, feel that heaviness creep its way throughout the left back, the same way, spreading all throughout the left side, throughout the shoulder blades and down the side body, down right into the lower back, and all the natural hollows in the back just sink as a result of the weight just bearing down on it, the heaviness. Moves its way down into the hip joint. All the bones feel heavy there in the sacrum, in the pelvis. The seat feels heavy as well, as though it were a big basin holding all that heaviness. It just sinks into the ground. And then the attention goes to the left leg. Start to relax all the muscles in the thigh, feeling those muscles become extremely heavy. Pulling the leg down. And then keeps on moving down the leg, coursing its way down to the lower leg. All the muscles there relax and soften, become heavy as well. Whole leg so heavy, it's impossible to even move it. And then the foot at the end of the leg is just loose, flimsy, just falls out to the side. All the toes just drooping. The bottom of the foot and heel soft, dead-like. Whole left side of the body relaxed. Now we're going to the right side. Starting with the right hand, suggest to it to relax. Instantly feel all the fingers respond by just going limp. The back of the hand, the palm of the hand, just lying there like dead weight on the ground. The wrist completely loose. And then we continue now with the right arm, starting at the wrist. All the muscles along the lower arm relax. So relaxed that they become like liquid or jello, completely useless and listless. Moving up through the arm into the upper arm now. And all those muscles there, relax them. Feel the arm feel heavy. And at the top of the arm, the shoulder. No tension there, release all the tightness. Just allow it to just sink like a stone, anchoring the arm in place. And then at the top of that shoulder, we start to make our way down the right side of the back, like before, feeling that heaviness like ink coloring the water, using that image to just allow all the heaviness to coat the whole right side, the back, moving down the back. So the back starts to sink into the ground, going lower and lower in the body into the lower back now. Feeling the body just, the lower back, just yield to the softness that's supporting it from below. And it continues to glide down into the hip region. Again, those hips, bones in the pelvis feel as though they were made of lead. And the seat, collecting all that heaviness, just causes the body to sink even more. Now the attention goes to the right leg. Relax all the muscles in that right thigh. Feel them get very heavy. Just continuing down the leg, all the way down. The whole leg feels as heavy as concrete. No possibility of moving it. It's anchored down. The bottom of the leg is that foot, the right foot. The ankle is just loose. Send the signals to the foot to just release all tension from it. The toes just fall limply. The bottom of the foot and the heel goes soft. The foot just flops out to the right, dead-like. Arms and limbs are anchored down, heavy as can be. And now bring the attention to the mid part of the body where the organs sit. Imagine opening, looking right inside. And just survey all the organs there and just send a suggestion to them to stop working so hard. So instantly feel the lungs, feel as though they're collapsing underneath the weight. Imagine as though they were being filled with fluid. They became sluggish, unable to operate. Same with the heart. All the organs following. In the same way, becoming heavy, sluggish to the point of almost stopping, just barely enough to sustain life. The heart, the stomach, the intestines, liver, kidneys, etc. Everything from the neck down, completely still, lifeless. The head is heavy on the ground, so heavy. But the face shows no sign of that burden. It's not a burden. The face shows just serenity, lightness. No clenching of the teeth, no grinding of the teeth, no squinting, no signs of tension anywhere. The skin is just relaxed. Everything is relaxed and softened. And within the head, the brain, finally. All the activity in the mind just coming to a place of quietness. So all activity, if it had its sound, just reduces to a barely audible sound. Just the faintest hum. The body and the mind so still like this and quiet. You lose sensation altogether of the body. There is no feeling, no awareness of the body anymore, for you are in fact not the body, nor the mind, nor the emotions. So just allow the body to just disappear from your mind, from your senses, from your awareness and consciousness. Just be like the witness watching all of it. Now, all at once, as though you're looking with a bird's eye view from above, way above the earth, just take a glance around and see all the colors of the earth, the sea, the sky, all the animals, all the humans, and all their beautiful forms, all the different cultures, colors, etc. But then they all just melt together in a uniform type of haze, just like ends up into a nice glow of light, warm white glow, pure white glow that represents your inner light. That uniformity is what we're all trying to attain. That uniformity of mindset, and that all beings are equal. For we are all one. We are all divine manifestations of God, of divinity. There's no separation. That light exists in all beings. So ingrain that in your mind and your heart now by repeating to yourself the following sentence 3 times to yourself. I see the light in all beings. The light exists within, and if you can feel the light shining within you, feel the love shining in you, it should be easy to recognize it in all beings. Strive to always find the light in all beings, in whatever form they're in. Love them all, revere them all, honor them all, and continue to do so through the practice of yoga and through the observance of the ethical rules. Nama Niyama. Slowly start to bring awareness back to the body, this vehicle that you've been given to carry out your mission, to live your experiences, to gain knowledge that we can share with all beings. So prepare now the body to come back from Shavasana, awaken with the utmost gentleness. And whenever you're ready, make your way back to a seated position, always moving away. That allows you to preserve the tranquility that we created through this practice. Close with Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Instill the peace within. Send it out to all beings. Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Be receptive to the divine grace of God. All is within. Namaste. Thank you so very much for joining me today. To turn off recording.